you're someone that isn't the most confident already, avoid telling people about your plans. Yeah. Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. If it's the first time you're seeing this beautiful face, please don't make it your last by clicking on the subscribe button and giving this video a big thumbs up if you end up enjoying it. And if it's not, hi guys, welcome back. So just want to point out some things. It's been raining and I've been waiting, and I was like, I have to film today. Today is the day I'm supposed to work. So in case you hear any drizzling, it's just like coming down. I just said, okay, it's good enough to start filming this video. And yeah, so what's the topic of today? We're going to talk about building your confidence, your self-confidence, having how to overcome low self-esteem, and just being an all-round badass bee. Okay. Yeah, so if you want to know all of that, my tips, my journey to becoming this confidence, because I'm pretty confident at this point, yes, please keep on watching. So I've been getting this video request for a while, honestly, but I haven't done it, or I'm just doing it now because I didn't really know how to go about it, because I don't think I've ever been a timid person. I've actually never been a timid person. I've never been someone that struggled with low self-esteem. So I was just like, how would I even go about this video, because I don't really have that past. But I do have moments when I have a bit of imposter syndrome, or I feel inadequate. So I'll just like, from that, I'll feed off from that and try to give you guys tips. And also like how my life has been. I just wanted to like show you guys a bit of a background. And yeah, so like I said, I have never been a timid person. I've never been someone that shies away from speaking my mind. That's really not me. And part of it is just like, I feel like that's how I am. That's like my personality. And also my upbringing, my parents did an amazing job in just making me feel like the best. Like my mom would always just never fail to compliment me. Same thing as my dad. I just felt like a very loved up child, and they always made me feel like I could do anything, like I was like a superhero. And I think that really helped, honestly. And I think I actually took that for granted, because I just thought that everybody had that experience. And it's not until recently I was like, oh, that's not the case. Some people are not used to that. Some people grew up in more of like a very, I don't use the word constructive, but like critical environment where everything you did was not good enough and you could do better, even in terms of results. Like I never grew up in the house where they're like, he didn't take first position. What's that business? Like I'm very blessed to have grown up in the house where I grew up. If I get my results, they'll just check like the important ones. What did you score in math, English? And it will now be me that will now ginger myself. I'm a very competitive person to like push well and get higher grades. I was quite good in school, but it was never like, oh my god, if I don't do this, I'm gonna be dead. Nah, it wasn't that deep. So I do think that definitely contributed to my confidence, because I feel like some people are also like me. They started off confident, they were really sure of themselves, and it was more like environment, which happens to the people, like environment like now pushed down their confidence or made them like doubt themselves, whether like parents or siblings. I don't really think anyone starts off being so like, oh my god, I'm not good enough. I think it's more of like society. That's just what I think. So even if you were not that confident but you were okay, it's now more of society that now made you even like more timid and give you self-esteem issues. And that's a big thing, because like I said, my background, my parents never gave me that issue, my siblings never gave me that issue. It was more environments. Like I struggled with people always saying that I was proud, I was pompous, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm really just on my own. Like I'm confident. Do you understand? Like even in secondary school, oh my goodness, like secondary school was such an annoying time for me. I had this principal that just didn't let me rest. Just like, you're too pompous. She kind of, along with some other people, kind of made me feel like I shouldn't feel the way I did, which actually made me draw back, especially in school, because I was just like, anything I did was like, this girl is super pompous, she's so proud. And it really took a lot of self-evaluation and self-growth to be like, no, these people just have a problem. Like, I am not the problem. I am just confident in my own skin. That's another point. There's people are insecure and they project their insecurities onto you. That's something you should note. But I just wanted to give this brief background story, just growing up and how it was. So I was already confident, then my environment definitely helped me, and it's something I don't take for granted at all. So let's start off by actually like kind of defining confidence and all of that. I just think that confidence is something from within. You have to be sure of yourself. You have to feel yourself. You have to be your own biggest hype man. And it's not arrogant. Confidence is not, oh, I'm better than you, I'm prettier than you. That's not confidence. Confidence is just more like, I like me. That's how I would actually just like, I like myself and I feel like I'm great, and I don't need someone else to tell me that before I know that I'm the real deal. That's actually how I would define confidence. And I also want to point out that I have never been as confident as I am right now, but I've always been confident. So I think it grows, especially with age. I'm a big believer that confidence actually comes with age. So if you're like younger and you are not feeling yourself, don't worry, it will get better. I really do think confidence comes with age. I've never been as confident as I am as at this point, and I think it's just gonna get better and better. Like I was saying, it has to come from within. It has to come from yourself. It shouldn't come from compliments from people, from IG comments, from your boyfriend, from your friends. It needs to come from yourself, in the sense that if none of these people say anything, you're cool, you're calm. If it doesn't come from yourself, it comes from all these other people. When they are not there, you're not going to be, what's going to happen when they're not there? No one is there to tell you, oh, you look so nice. Like, you don't feel yourself when you dress up. No one is going to tell you that. So it's just about owning, I don't know how to put it. And I'm sorry this video is all over the place. It's just, I just wanted to like just with you guys and tell you guys how I think and what my thinking process is like. I'm not even going to lie on front and be like, oh, it's not about being pretty. I do know that if you're pretty or you're conventionally what society calls pretty, you have like a easier time for others, like for some people to feel confident. But even at that, it just seems like you're depending on what other people are saying. I feel confidence is about accepting yourself, accepting your flaws, accepting your shortcomings, and saying I'm still good, you know. And it definitely doesn't come overnight. I would say confidence is also like a muscle. The more you work out and train it, it gets stronger. So the more you accept that this is how I am, this is how God made me, all my flaws. Everybody has insecurities, and another thing, everybody has insecurities. That girl that you probably in your mind that you think, oh my God, is so confident, she has her own insecurities. But the only difference is that some people are just better at not focusing on it or not showing it on themselves. Like, you can see someone that she walks, you just know that this girl is not sure of herself. She's not really feeling herself. And sometimes, like I always say, you have to fake it till you make it. Even though you don't feel like it, you just have to pull it through. And trust me, the more you do that and the more you don't rely on other people and more on yourself and learning to love yourself, it will be better for you. If you suffer with low self-esteem, I think I watched one of Brinny Lee's video. She was like, self-esteem is like self-estimate, what you estimate yourself. And the problem with some people is that they allow other people to rate them. They don't rate themselves. You let people's projections or actions towards you define who you are, and that's a very, very dangerous position to put yourself, especially if you're still young and you're still growing up, because you're letting people dictate your life. You won't set this goal because you feel like, oh, you're not good enough, other people are better. No, I honestly feel like sometimes it's actually faking it till you make it. I think I said in one of my videos, I was like, some people won't apply for jobs because they feel like they're not good enough. But the fact that you even thought about it shows that it's possible, but you just feel like there are better people for it than you. People who you think are confident, you probably even know more than them. The only difference is that they seem to know it. Even if they don't know, you don't know that, but they seem to know it, and then people have more faith and more trust in those people. And you know, when you see someone has faith and trust in you, it kind of pushes you to improve or outdo yourself so that you don't drop that expectation. So it really does help. So the more you come forward, you come with you being sure of yourself and just appearing, no matter what, even if you feel inadequate, you might actually get it. And when you're down there, you learn from the job. No, you're not stupid. That's just it. Everybody has something they're insecure about. The only difference is that you're not in their head, so you don't know. Picture that person in your mind that you think is the most confident person ever and you wish were like that. That person has something that they're insecure about and they rather not talk about. But you don't know that because you're not in their head and you're thinking, oh my God, this person is so brave, this person is so confident, you put so much trust in them. That's how you do it for yourself. That thing that you're insecure about. You don't have me and the things I'm insecure about, but like I'm not going to project that because why? I own it and I keep that aside, but I don't let that be my main focal point or make me act that way because I'm insecure about this particular thing. That's something you need to learn. I'm really serious when I say fake it till you make it. That's how this life is low-key like a game. If you meet people and you're confident, you pretend, let's just say you pretend or you act confident even when you're not, they can't see that. They're not in your head. You're the one that's overthinking and thinking, oh my God, you know, that's fine. But they're looking at you, they can't see that. There's sometimes I'm like, I'm like, what am I doing? But I'm going to do it eventually. You're going to see this video. You don't know whether I was not even sure about this video, if I was thinking, oh my God, will this video do well? But the way I'm talking, you might not even know until I actually have said it. So the way you're seeing me, maybe you feel like I'm so confident. I might not be as confident as you think. So it's the same way someone can see you and you're putting out your best look. They're not thinking this girl is pretending. They're not, unless maybe you're trying to be pompous and it's coming out too much. So people do this mistake of they don't really act until they're 100% sure, and that's very, very bad. That's very, very bad. That's self-doubt. You don't have to be 100% sure before you do something. Just do it. Just do it. That in itself is confidence. A lot of people that are successful today, they didn't know that it was gonna work. They really didn't know. They just, they had a plan, they saw it through, and it ended up working. But you're meeting them at this journey where it's working. You think, this person was so sure. They probably were not. They were probably doubting themselves like you are. The only difference is that even with that doubt, they made a decision and still went ahead with that plan. There's something I kept talking about in my last sit-down video, which was like we teach people how to treat us. If you are someone that you have low self-esteem and you make it obvious that you do, people are going to pick up on that. They might treat you a certain way because they feel like you're not going to do anything because you're not sure of yourself. That's actually how it is. People think that people only treat maybe people who are rich, but no. If you're actually a confident, any confident person will tell you that when you step into your room and you're confident, people move well towards you. People don't treat you anyhow. People don't dismiss you in a way because you act important. You seem important, and then they talk to you that well. But someone who has low self-esteem and carries that on their head, when they walk into a place, the people can see like your head is down, you're shy, you're like timid. They won't really rate you like that because they're like, this person is probably not that important or doesn't really have much to offer, and then they treat you a certain way, and then you see, this is why I don't do much. See how they're treating me. It now makes you even less confident, not knowing that they treated you that way because you already stepped into the room with that aura, with that energy of, don't look at me, I don't have much to offer. But when you step into a room, like, step in, okay, you might be terrified. Like I always say, it doesn't happen all at once. It's a muscle. The more you exercise it, it gets stronger. So the more you give yourself pep talks like, oh, I can do that, or I'm going to try and do that, this one, that one, like, why can't I do that? Have that thing with yourself where like, you can do this, like, you give yourself, affirm yourself. You get better with time. We teach people how to treat us. So if you come into a room and you don't even have to say much, people always think confidence is not loud. Confidence, you don't have to say a word for someone to know that you're confident. Literally, like, that's another thing. Sometimes I meet some of you and someone will be like, oh my God, you're just to yourself, like, you're not talking, like, yeah. But like, it doesn't make me any less confident. When I come into a room, I'm actually quite quiet. I'm actually more on the quiet side, especially when I walk into a place I'm not sure of where it is. I rather gauge, look at the environment, but it doesn't make me shy. I know I'm confident, so like and then that's the thing, because my aura has this confident energy. There's always this mystery of, oh, who is this girl? Like, she's not saying much, but she's still confident. You don't have to be loud. You don't have to be the loudest person in the room. Honestly, I feel that's a sign of insecurity. It's just being content with yourself and not really caring what anybody has to say, because human beings are not that important. So that's why when you base your your goals on, oh, what would this person say? Who cares what they say? Like, I don't, honestly speaking, I don't really rate human beings like that. I really don't. When you're doing what some people gather around you, so don't be basing off your life long-term goals on what somebody who won't even think about you for that long will say over your life. Don't. And that's another thing about confidence. Because you don't depend on validation from others, you shouldn't take what they say to heart so much. Like, don't get me wrong, I love a good comment. Like, y'all are always hyping me up on Instagram. Like, I love a good, oh my god, girl, you look good, all those sort of things. I like it, but I don't take it to heart so much. I don't know how to explain it. And it's good because when I now get a bad comment, I don't take it to heart as much as well. And like I said, I didn't start this from the beginning. Like, before, when I post videos and I get like dislikes, I'm like, well, this person disliked this. Now I'm like, I beg, people are sad. Like, I don't rate it. So the compliments are good, I love it, but I don't put so much power into words from others, because people can turn on you at any second. And if you put so much power on maybe like the good compliments, you will put so much power on the bad compliments. So everything should be balanced. What I'm trying to say is that it doesn't increase or decrease my confidence. The fact they tell me, oh my god, you look so pretty, nothing has happened to my confidence. It's still the same. If you tell me that you don't look so pretty, still the same. And that's the key. Don't depend too much on what people say, honestly. Alright guys, another thing that helps your confidence is when you set boundaries. You're doing all this thing, like you're affirming yourself, you're saying you can do this, you know you're worth it. I don't know how that works, but because you won't let certain things from your own self, like you won't let yourself speak down to yourself, you won't say I'm not good enough to yourself, in a way it now also makes you not accept that from other people. Since you won't accept it from yourself, why would you accept certain actions from other people? And that's where boundaries comes in. So when you set boundaries, like I don't like when people talk to me this way. When you say it actually shows the person that, wow, this person is confident. They might put up the front of like, what's I'm feeling like, but trust me, deep down what they're really thinking is like, oh wow. Even if they're saying the is still like, oh, this babe does not play, oh, it's still the same thing. When you setting boundaries is also a way of like, you just want to respect yourself. Whether friend, whether boyfriend, whether lover, everything, setting boundaries is so important, because it cuts out a lot of rubbish. When people know that she will not accept this, you don't even have to be rude about it. Just like, oh, I don't like that. Like, say your mind. I don't like that. Speak it. I said in my last video that being nice doesn't help you with men. Being nice doesn't help you with people in general. There's a difference between being nice and being a good person. Someone isn't nice doesn't mean that person is a good person. I think you need to separate it, and that's one thing I had to learn. Like, I always be like, oh, let me not be a bitch, or let me not be like, it's a lie. I know I'm a good person, but I might not be a nice person. There's a difference. Don't let people ride over you all in the name of you want to be nice. It doesn't help. It really doesn't help. So when I said that people kind of project their insecurities onto you, meaning that, let's say you know someone that is short and they don't like it, and then you're short and you love it, like they'll be like, how dare you like being short? I don't even like being short. Why should you like being short? And everything. So that's how people project their insecurities onto you. And that's why it's also good not to tell people about your plans, because you might be feeling great about it, you can be feeling a bit confident, but the minute you open your mouth to someone that doesn't really see, because like I said, you're not in anybody's head. Someone can feel like, oh, you can't do this, but they're not you. You know what you can or cannot do. So if you now tell someone that feels like you cannot do it, and they're like, are you sure? That can literally bring down your confidence. Let's say you've been building it so much, and you now finally tell someone about your plans, and then they kill it. It's really bad, and that's why I really don't tell people anything until it's in motion. Like, I don't even tell my closest friends until I've done it, because not even that in my own situation, it's not even about someone. For some people, I know some people that I'll tell, they'll just kill it immediately. Like, it's honestly so bad. For my own friends, just more of like, sometimes when I tell people something and they're like, oh my god, that's a good idea, that validation kind of makes me lazy, that I don't now even do it. Whereas if I hadn't told them, I still have that ginger, I still have that motion. It's like, is it prolonged self-gratification, something like that? Like, I don't want that like congratulatory message before I have done anything. I want to do it, then I tell people, or I'm in the motion of doing it and I tell people. That's just how I move, and I think that's the smartest way to move, especially if you're someone that isn't the most confident already. Avoid telling people about your plans. You want to start your YouTube channel, don't tell people if you're not sure. Post the video, then tell, oh my god, I'm on YouTube. You already posted that one video, but if you haven't even done anything and you're going around telling people, one, they might discourage you. Two, you might now just be lazy about it because you've already told everybody and you already gotten it over it. So that's something you should know. And another thing, that some people are inspired by you but they pretend to not see what you're doing. That's another thing you should also note. So don't really take people too seriously. That's just my point. Don't take people too seriously. And okay guys, that's it for today's video. I'm sorry if it was all over the place. I didn't really have like straight out points like I normally would in a video like this, but I just want to just walk you guys through my process of thinking. And no one is above you, no one knows it all. We are all learning. We're literally all learning. If you have it in your mind that nobody really knows it all, this life, there's no rule book, there are really no rules. Society can try and indirectly say these are the rules, but if you deep down, you know that everyone's really just winging it at the end of the day, and you know that no one is really superior to you, honestly, and just about you believing in yourself. And like I always say, constantly being kind to yourself, speaking nicely to yourself, affirming, you know, saying I can do this. Small steps. You don't just wake up and all of a sudden you have 100% confidence. Society really does try to knock down your confidence, as I've said from my own personal experience, but because I was already just confident and I had a good upbringing and background, I was just able to overcome it and just be where I am right now. So let's say you were not fortunate enough to come from a background that really did help to develop your confidence, and you're trying to do that now as a young adult, as an adult. I hope this video is helpful to you, and just be easy on yourself. Take it one step at a time. Like I've said, confidence really does come with age. Like I even feel like it's never my peak. I definitely can be my peak. Like if I feel this way at almost 24, I wonder how I feel at 30, at 40. It just keeps getting better and better. The way you treat yourself is how you will let other people treat you. So if you are not kind to yourself, you wouldn't really mind if people are treating you anyhow, or you're taking nothing from other people, because you yourself, you're never treating yourself well. So you think you probably do deserve how this person is treating you, which is definitely not how you want to live your life, especially if you're in your 20s. Okay, girl? I hope this video is very helpful. I did mention that I had new braids on, but yeah, I really love the braids. What do you guys think? I remember I don't really hold your opinion that highly, but I do love a good compliment. Okay, so if you're feeling this hair, let me know in the comments. If you have other tips on how to improve self-confidence, maybe you're someone that didn't start off as being confident but now you are, please let us know in the comments so we can all learn and, you know, improve ourselves together. If you're still here, thank you so much. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, join the fam, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.